check those things are situated within the engine compartment of the vehicle.
Okay.
When we say the engine compartment, that is where the engine is stored. I can understand.
Yes, sir.
And assessing those things now is like you have to like open the bonnet from the inner side of the vehicle before you now come and open it from there.
Okay, sir.
Now, for you to assess those things, you need to open two locks. That is from inside and from the outside. So the bonnet has two primary locks. That is secondary and primary.
Okay.
It has primary locks and it has secondary locks. So also it has primary opener and secondary opener.
Okay.
So the primary opener is the one you open from inside the vehicle.
Okay,
And
sir.
how do you determine where that one is? You like look for a diagram of your vehicle. Look at me. Just look for a diagram of your vehicle drawn.
Okay.
With the bonnet open. It's always situated somewhere around there. Go to this side, then to the side panel.
Okay.
Can you look at it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Pull it. I hear the third sound. That means the bonnet.
It's open.
So that is the primary opener of the door. Now.
Okay.
Now, assessing the secondary opener is here. Now, you know you've opened the bonnet.
Yes, sir.
But still, the bonnet cannot stay open, you can see. So you need to like assess the secondary opener, which is here. Can you bend down and see this thing here?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Can you lift it up for me? You see?
Yes, sir.
So you can see it. If at all point you did not do this, operate this one, there's no way you be able to open the bonnet. So what you now do is after opening it, look for the bonnet stand, put it at the appropriate place, then you let go it. You can see.
Okay, sir.
So the bonnet will
Okay.
remain in this position until you are through. I don't understand.
Yes, sir.
So now, for all you, the first thing you do now is for you to check the water level. You checking the water level is there's a unit called radiator. Radiator.
Okay, radiator.
So what it does is it holds the water for the engine.
Okay.
So for you to assess the radiator, to know the level of the water inside the radiator, you have to open the cover. This is the cover here now.
Okay.
But simply because the vehicle has been driven, I don't understand,
Yes,
you
sir.
cannot open it.
Okay.
Because if I try to open it now, all the water inside the radiator will come out. Will come out and it's hot beyond 80-90 degrees. And you know what that does with the body. I don't understand. So because of that now, we will not open it. But in the morning when everything is still cold, so you can as well open it. So once you open it, you look inside it, you will see the level of the water.
Okay.
If it's full to the brim, fine. What you just need to, you just need to like replace the cover and lock it. But if you open it in the morning and the water has gone beyond the normal level, so what you just need to do is just for you to look for a clean water, then you top it up, fill it to the brim. After filling it up, you now replace the cover, then make sure you lock it.
Okay, sir.
Locked. I can understand.
Yes, sir.
So that is that. And there are other way of checking the water because this water system now has two ways. There are some vehicles that uses what we call water reservoir. Instead of having this direct cover, they don't. You will now see something like a water reservoir somewhere around, in and around the engine.
Okay,
So it's
sir.
a plastic. It comes in a see-through color. I don't understand. Once you look at the body, you will see the level of the water.
Okay.
And at all time, you don't need to fill it to the brim because there is always an indicator on the body that tells you when to stop and when you need to like put more water. Just for example, now if you look at this thing now, you will see minimum, you see maximum and minimum.
Okay.
That's the maximum, this is minimum. So the same thing you have here, you have it on that water reservoir. So all you need to do is just for you to look at it. It comes in a see-through color. When it's a see-through color, that is, you don't need to open it before you see the level of the water. When you're looking at the reservoir, you will know the level of the water. If it's okay within the stipulated gauge, you just let it be. But the moment the thing has gone below the normal level, then what you do is you open it up, then you fill it. Make sure you do not fill it to the brim.
Okay.
You don't have to fill it to the brim. Just follow the mark on the body,
Okay.
like a minimum,
Max and-
like the max.
Okay,
Once
sir.
the water gets to that level, then you stop.
Okay,
Then
sir.
you replace the cover.
Okay, but that one you can feel it through here.
Yes, you feel it through here. This is not it all. I
Okay,
don't understand.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just using this one as a case study just for you to know what you're looking for. But it's always somewhere around here. Here, it can be any here,
Okay,
up to
sir.
this point. Depending on where they decide to put it. I
Okay.
don't understand.
Yes, sir.
So that is the water reservoir. So in this case, this one uses direct radiator cover, which is this. If your vehicle now has this type of cover, that means this is where you access the water from. But if it has the other type, then that means you have to access it from that side.
Okay, sir. Sir, okay, when you put the water here, it goes into that side.
The thing is, this one now that uses direct radiator cover. Once you put if you put the water now inside there, it stays in that radiator.
Okay.
But that one, if you put the water there, it comes here.
Okay.
I don't understand. Just like if you the reservoir is always around here. Wherever it is placed. The moment you begin to pour the water, it comes straight into the radiator unit. I don't understand.
Okay, sir.
But because this one uses a direct radiator cover now,
Okay.
so you just put the water, it stays inside the unit. It doesn't go another way. It stays inside the unit.
Okay, sir.
I don't understand.
Yes, sir.
So that is that. So the next one you check is the engine oil. When we say checking of engine oil, that's for you to ascertain the level of the engine oil in your engine. Now, how do you check that? You look around the engine, you see that everything in and around the engine, you have a uniform color. I don't understand.
Yes, sir.
Everything is black, Abby. You can
Yes,
see
sir.
almost everything. There's something that is not black. Can you show me the thing?
The cover is not black.
Yes. That has a different color one. What again? Look around.
This one.
Yes. Look around.
This one, it has different colors.
Look
So
around. You're here
This
to
one.
get there. Look around. In and around the engine.
this one.
This is what you're looking for. You can see the inscription on it. Engine oil.
Engine oil. Okay.
So what you do is, for you to check your engine oil in the morning, look for a clean clothes, towel, tissue or anything. So what you do is, first, make sure you have in your possession the clothes or whatever you're going to use to clean it.
Okay.
Now you come here and you remove it this way.
Okay, sir.
So what you do now is, the cloth you're holding or whatever you're holding to clean it, you wipe. You can see it's clean now.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you look at the body, you will see double dots, can't you? Can you? The
Okay, yeah,
dots,
yeah.
two.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can also see F and L.
Yes, sir.
The F is full and the L is low.
Okay.
When the oil is full, it stops here. But whenever it's low,
Stop there.
it stops here. But it can go down below, I don't understand, anywhere. So now what you now do is, you return the gauge back into that same place. You can see,
Yes, sir.
goes in completely. Then you wait for 2 to 3 seconds. I'm not saying minutes, seconds.
Okay.
Then you pull it out. Then you now check the level. Where is it?
So it's above full.
It's almost, is it above?
Yeah, it's more than like.
Full. No, this one
Is
is
there-
just the rub on the
Okay, here is it. It's
full, abi?
between full.
Almost
Almost full.
full. So that means your it's okay. And the reason why it's not up to the F is the vehicle has been driven, so the oil has circulated.
Okay.
So they are all yet to return back to the base. That is why we are not having full,
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand, accurate gauge. It's not giving us an accurate gauge. So now, if in the morning when you check and you have it somewhere around this F,
Okay.
that means the oil is okay. The oil inside the vehicle is okay. But peradventure, if you now check and this thing is below, far below the F, probably maybe it's somewhere around here. That means the oil is probably low. Then what you need to do is just for you to like top it up. I don't understand. So what you have to do is, before you can top it up, you have to like predetermine the type of engine oil your engine uses, because we have different type of oil, different grades and different specification in the market. So what you do now is for you to determine the type of engine oil your own vehicle uses. How do you determine this? Is you always see an inscription somewhere around where they give you the grade and specification of the oil you use. Now, for this one, for you to know the type of engine oil you use, look at it here. Can you see this?
What is that?
This is, you can see this, Abi.
Oh.
Recommend Shell Ellis Motor Oils.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Okay.
This is
Shell
the
Element.
now. The grade and the specification you are recommended is Quaker State. You can see it.
Yes.
So if you are buying any oil, this is what you should buy
Okay.
from any filling station, wherever you are buying from.
Okay.
But if you get to with those guys selling it, the moment you tell them you need a oil, they know the one to give you. They will give you the right oil for your vehicle. I
Okay,
don't
sir.
understand.
Yes, sir.
So now, let's say prevention, maybe previously you've done a servicing, that you now have some remnants left in your vehicle. So all you need just to do is just for you to bring out the oil and top it up yourself. So if you have to top it up, how do you top it up? You know, if you want to put water,
Yes,
you
sir.
open the cover.
The cover, yes.
So
sir.
this one now, if you want to, how do you top it up?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know.
Yes,
Now, for you to top it up, you don't top it up from here. This is where you top it up from.
Okay.
This is the cover for you to top up the engine. What you do is you just open.
Okay, sir.
Once you open it, you will see the way in. Then now begin to pour the oil.
Engine oil.
But in this case, you know, in case of water, you fill it to the brim. But this one, you don't fill it to the brim.
Okay.
So the more you pour the oil, the more you calibrate with this. This is what we tell you when and where to stop. And the moment it gets, as you are pouring, you have to like calibrate. So the moment you dip this dipstick and the thing is here, you stop.
Okay, sir.
I don't understand.
Yes,
You
sir.
do what?
Stop.
You stop. So it's not until you see that the oil is. By the time you say if you want to fill this thing up, you buy more than 5 gallons of oil to fill it up, and which is not, of course, not necessary. So what you do is, the more you top, the more you
Check that.
check the level, you calibrate. So once you calibrate, then you remove it. You can see.
Yes,
now.
sir.
So that once it has gotten to this point now, you stop. Then you replace the cover, you lock it. Then you now return this one back here. That is that.
Okay, sir.
So that is how to top the oil. It's quite very from when you're topping the water that you have to fill it to the brim now.
Okay, sir.
So the third one is what we call power steering fluid. When we say power steering fluid, that is fluid that has to do with the steering control. I don't understand. So for you to check the power steering fluid, I told you anything that has to do with liquid, oil, water, sometimes they do all have a reservoir. Now for the power steering fluid, look at this. What do you have here?
Power steering fluid. Yes, sir.
I don't understand.
Yes, sir.
So this is the reservoir for that fluid. So I told you it comes in a see-through color. Can you tell me the level of this thing?
It's at mean,
Between-
minimum, maximum, and mean.
So you see, is it still okay or
It's still okay.
it's still okay? So you don't need to open it.
Okay.
All you need to do is just for you to check and see the level. I don't understand.
Yes, sir.
So now the next thing is the brake oil. When we say brake oil has to do with the brake system of the vehicle. I don't understand. So that means this is the reservoir for the brake oil.
Brake oil.
I don't understand. When you say anything that has to do with brake, it begins from here.
Okay.
Now this is the reservoir. You can also see it's also in a see-through color. Abi,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me the level?
It's not up to max.
It's not up to max, but
Yes.
it's far above minimum.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay or not?
It's okay.
It's still
In
within
between.
range.
Oh, yes, sir. In
That
between.
means when you're looking at it, it tells you where it is. But you can see the maximum, you can see the minimum.
Minimum.
So now with the way it is now, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Your
It's okay.
vehicle is as good to go. But in a situation whereby probably the previous time that you've been checking, this thing is where it ought to be. Then on one Sunday occasion, I just checking and you now discover that the thing has go down below the max. What do?
You top it up.
Yes, you top it up. At times, since you can top others, at times also,
Yes, sir.
you do what? You top it
Top
up.
it
But
up.
in this situation now, you don't top this brake oil up. Anyhow,
Okay.
you have to, once you notice that the thing has gone below the normal, the next thing you do is for you to ascertain the reason why the thing has gone down. And doing that is not your own responsibility. All you need to do is just for you to call your mechanic and show it to them that, I got this morning when I dey check this thing, I see say this brake oil don't go down.
Is it after topping it up?
No. You know now, initially when you are doing the routine checkup,
Okay.
everything is where it ought to be. Probably be after 2-3 months now, when you must have been checking it on a daily basis. So you are used to some of those things. Once you lose, this one is correct, this one, I don't know.
Yes,
But
sir.
now, probably maybe you know where this one is also.
Okay.
So then, maybe 2-3 months after now, when you're checking, sometimes, we human are, sometimes something you check today, tomorrow, next, they're all the same. You just, at times you not even check. I know we human. But maybe on one sunny day, you just take your time, you're not checking. I don't know, you not discover that this thing has gone below max minimum. So the next thing for you is just to top it up. But since that it has to do with the brake system of the vehicle, you don't just top it up.
Okay.
The first thing you do now is just for you to, like, since you observe and you noticed it, the next thing you do is for you to ascertain, know the reason why the oil has gone down. So for you to know that, that means it's a thing you cannot do by yourself. It's a technical error.
Okay.
So it's only your mechanic that can detect the reason why the thing has gone down. So what you do next is for you to just call the attention of your mechanic to say, and you show them that, okay, this morning when I was doing my own routine checkup, I discovered that this thing has gone down. The mechanic will now say, okay, madam, no problem. So what they will now do is they will just come back, they will move back from the vehicle, move away from the vehicle and check underneath. What they are checking for is just for them to see if there's any sign of leakages from the wheels, the four wheels. I can understand.
Yes, sir.
If there is a leakages, then they tell you what to do. But if there is no leakages, then definitely they will now come to the side and check the brake pad, the front and back brake pad to see if they've gone down. I can understand. So it's either one of the two has happened. It's either there's a leakage from one of the wheel or the system, or the part has gone down. Those are the two reasons why that thing can go down. So if it has to be that, okay, there's a leakage from the wheel now, they will tell you what you have to buy to stop the leakages. Then once that is done, they will now they will stop the brake because the thing has already gone out of the system. I can understand. But in the situation whereby the cause is the brake pad, probably the front and back brake pad has gone down. So what they will just tell you that, they will need you to buy brake pad front and back so that they can replace it with the old one with a new one. So if you are there on that day, the moment they finish changing the part, the moment they lower the vehicle back on ground, if you come and check your brake reservoir, you will see that the system will now return the brake oil back to the reservoir.
Okay.
You know, on the other case, they need to top it up. But now, because it is the part that has gone down, which is the reason why the brake has now gone into the system to cover up for that lapses from the part. Now, the system will now, the moment you replace the part with new one, then the system will also return your brake oil back to the reservoir for you. Did you get me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ask
sir.
your question.
Okay, sir. Want to get this one again? He said this one is for
Brake fluid for steering system.
steering system. This one does not go down on its
It
own.
does, but
How
on
do
the
you
rear
fill it?
chassis,
How do
but,
you fill it?
you just open.
Okay, to open that.
You just open. I
Okay, so if I have a car now, how many types of oil do I have?
Okay. You have an engine oil.
Okay.
This is brake fluid. It's quite different from engine oil.
Okay.
Brake oil is also different.
Okay, I'll have like 3 types of oil.
3 types.
Okay, sir.
I can understand. So this one is quite different. So this is power steering oil, fluid or oil. I can understand. So you can see everything on it. Power steering fluid.
Okay,
I can-
sir.
This one, I know it's red in color. Have you seen it? Something red like this in color. This one always comes in red in color. Why this one comes in either white or blue?
Okay.
That comes in something like light yellow.
Okay, this is that thing they normally use to. There's one stop blood. Like they also used to stop like gushing of blood and bleeding. This one is it the one? It's
Bleeding
red.
as in red.
Yes.
Yeah, fluid that is red.
Yes.
That's it.
That is it. Okay, sir.
So it's the same fluid that the gearbox uses.
Okay.
I don't understand because it's auto. It uses red fluid. I don't understand. Transmission fluid. I don't understand. So that one red. This one is always green. Engine oil. You know engine oil now
Yes,
when you
sir.
see it. Then why this one is always, it's either it comes in blue or almost something like yellow or white.
Okay, sir.
This one, this is the brake oil.
Brake oil.
So that is that. So the last one is the battery terminals. So at all time, always ensure that the terminals are well tightened. I can understand. So, but apart from that, whenever you are driving and you are about starting your vehicle, you notice that the vehicle drags before you start up. That means the battery is gradually
It's losing up.
losing up. That is, it's gradually going out of order. So at that moment, you begin to plan on how you're going to replace the battery. But there are instances that the battery might still be in a good condition, but simply because probably maybe the terminals are not well fitted.
Okay.
I can understand.
Yes, sir.
You still experience the same problem. I can understand. So what you just need to at all times always ensure that the terminals are well tightened. So that will make the battery to be in best operating condition at all time. You can understand. So, and in case maybe you get to a place, you just enter your vehicle, you want to start and the vehicle did not start. And being an automatic vehicle, you know, manual, there are times when you see all this commercial, when they must have fully loaded, that's when they call their member to come and push. They will not push, the driver will just do something, the vehicle will start up. That is, because that one is manual. But in case of auto, that can never happen. The vehicle has to start by itself. So what you do is at all time. So if you not get there, you want to try and start, the vehicle did not start. Definitely something is wrong somewhere. Now that time is not the time for you to begin to find what is happening, because you need to leave that point and go to the next point. So now, if at the point you're now checking to see what is actually wrong with the battery, or you want to see what is wrong, then help can come from anywhere. You may just be there, somebody will just come say, "Madam, what's the problem?" So I just don't know. The car just refuses to start. I say, "Is it battery?" And I say, "Yeah, I think it's battery." The person will say, "Don't worry, let me use my own battery to jump start the vehicle for you." I don't know if you've seen cable that has two terminals like this.
Yeah.
Two terminals. Two, one, then at the other end also. You've seen it, have you?
Yeah.
So you call jump start cable. So that is what you use to jump start the vehicle from another vehicle to your own battery. So what you just do is you connect the two terminals on each of the terminals. That connector on to each of the terminals of the battery. Then the other end, you now connect it on your own terminals. So for you to connect that thing, it comes into polarity, positive and negative. Now, if you look at the battery, come closer. Can you see this sign?
Yes, sir.
Negative.
Yes, sir.
And here you have
Positive. Yes, sir.
So the cable, before now, it comes in two colors, red and black. But now it comes in different color. So that means positive to positive, negative to negative. That cable has two polarity. That is, one is positive, the other one is negative. So when you're not connecting from end to end, you connect negative to negative on the other battery. Then from positive here to positive on the other battery.
Okay, what does that do? Is it to charge the battery? Or?
It will enable your own battery to start up the vehicle while your alternator will now recharge your own battery. You know, initially the battery cannot start because the battery has gone down. So now when you now jump start, you loop. You are looping now current from the other battery onto your own to enable your own battery to start your vehicle. So once you do that, positive to positive, negative to negative, once you start the battery, your battery will just come up, you start up. Then you now disconnect the cable. So when disconnected, make sure the positive does not touch any metal part of the body. The moment it does, it goes on. So you just take it and stay clear, remove it on the other end, then remove the negative and remove it on the other end. So while your vehicle is now running, your own alternator, there's a unit called alternator, you now recharge your own battery.
Okay.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
So that is that. So, and on any occasion when you needed to for you to connect the cable, if you don't know or you're not sure of how to connect it, just look around for somebody that do know how to, so that it doesn't spoil something else inside your own vehicle.
Okay, sir.
So that is all. Then,
Okay, what makes battery goes down?
Okay, what makes the battery? One, if the alternator is not charging well. There's a unit. Let me show you. Look underneath there.
Okay.
There's something underneath. Can you see it? You may not see it clearly.
Okay, like
Something that has a basket. Look at it. So you can see something like a basket here. From my hand, look at my hand.
okay.
Can you see that thing?
Yes, sir.
That's the alternator.
Okay.
The function of the duty of that thing is to charge the battery at all
battery.
time. The more the power goes out, it replaces that current. So the reason why this thing can go down is, let's say for instance now, maybe by the time you want to power down, you want to switch off the vehicle. Probably maybe you left the radio playing and you just lock up. Then the more the radio is playing, it drains the battery.
Goes down.
If peradventure now you forget to switch off any of the lights, it drains the battery. If you put off the AC and you do not completely put it off, it drains the battery.
Wow.
Those are the reasons why. I don't understand.
Yes, sir.
Then apart from those things, the battery also has a lifespan. Once the thing is no longer good, once it's bad, it's bad. So the battery will be bad. It will be flat.
Okay.
That is that. Then this one here, this is called wiper washer. So that time when you are driving, maybe probably you feel there's a dirt on the windscreen and you need to like wipe it. So while wiping it, you now decide to use water. So the water doesn't come from this system, it comes from here.
Okay, I refill it from here.
There you fill the water from here.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
whenever you need to fill the water, you fill it from here. And whenever you fill the water, it's good for you to add liquid soap.
Okay.
Liquid soap, not detergent.
Okay.
Liquid soap. Just put small quantity into it, then you fill it up. So the reason is, so the moment you put liquid soap and you add water, the thing will freely mixes up without any settlement at the bottom of the reservoir. So that is that. So once you have water here, then anytime you operate the wiper and you need water to clean up, it does happen it.
Okay.
Clean and clean. Any question?
No problem.
Are you sure?
I think I get all of them.
Ask your question. No question, Mavi?
Yes, sir. I don't think there's any question.
So, if there's no question, that is all. Then after this, you close up.
Okay.
But all this thing I'm showing you, the reason why it's taking us this much longer time is because I'm explaining them to you. But if you have to be the one to check, less than 10 seconds, you are through.
Okay.
Just for you to like, you open, you see the level, you cover, pull, clean, deep. This one just look, you see, once it's all, cover it.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
So then the next thing you do is how do you know if this water is down or it's not
Which one?
full?
This one.
Yes.
You open it.
Open. So what do you do?
I'll check.
So now, can you tell me the condition? Or the water? The level.
Okay, it's down. Okay, I'll have to bring down this.
You have to bring that is the gauge.
Okay.
Touch it. Just put it. Is there water?
A little.
A little.
Yes, sir.
What gauge? These are the gauge. Look
This-
at it. All this opening are the gauge.
Okay. It's
You
low.
can see high,
It's low.
low. So dip it again. Let's see where it is. Where is it?
It's low.
Low, Abby.
Yes, sir.
So what are you supposed to do then?
To refill it.
You refill. That's it. So after do this, then you try make sure the bonnet is firmly.
Okay, sir.
So that is.
Sir?
Pause the video. Are you still recording?